Hello, Editing Christina here. Welcome to day 7 of the holiday card series for 2024. Today's card design is super clean and simple. In fact, I was making all 4 of these cards because I'm making duplicates today. I was making all 4 of these cards during a Zoom call with my premium members here at my YouTube channel. So I had to, when I was editing, I had to cut out a lot of the pauses and where my hands are just flailing because I'm talking to people on the Zoom call instead of actually stamping the card. So in total, it took 27 minutes, but I'm pretty sure probably at least a few of those minutes were wasted by talking. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. This is a super simple and easy card for all of our Jewish friends celebrating Hanukkah. Let's get to it. For today's card, I'm using the Love and Light stamp set from the Essentials by Ellen line, which is available over at Amazon. So this is a great stamp set that has a bunch of different inclusive greetings for different holidays around this time of year. And I thought I would use it for the very simple Happy Hanukkah. Now, the idea behind this card was I wanted to have a bunch of this stamp repeated going down the entire card front, and then at the very bottom I would have a secondary greeting. So kind of traditional colors, I decided to use blue and silver. So this very first ink color is actually a silver shade from Lisa Horton. It's from the limited edition set of holiday metallic ink colors. So this one is really beautiful. It has kind of a bluish tinge to it once it dries. I thought it was really pretty. So first I positioned the Happy Hanukkah on the door of my Misty, and I stamped it once on the front of each card, or rather this is actually just a piece of cardstock. I'll eventually adhere these to the card front, but it's cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I stamp it once, and then using the grid inside my Misty, I just moved my project up by 1/2 inch. So that's why I've got tick marks, little pencil marks on the side of my grid paper inside my Misty. It just reminds me where I'm moving that cardstock up to so that I can have these positioned just right. So after I stamped all 4 of my cards, I then cleaned off that stamp, made another tick mark that is now another 1/2 inch up, and moved to a different ink color. This is the color Marine from Simon Says Stamp. In fact, the rest of the inks I'm using on this card design are from Simon. They have a really good kind of step by step, going from a lighter blue up to the next darkest blue. They've got a good range. So I decided to use these inks from Simon. So the first color was Marine, and now I'm going to move on to the next kind of darkest blue color, which is Cadet. So you'll notice over on my grid paper inside my Misty, I've now got like another little tick mark with a star by it. That was to remind me, okay, this is where I'm starting on each card, and then I slide it up and stamp it for the second time. So now I'm going to move on to the next color, and I've moved it up one, and I'm going to make some tick marks and also draw a little star so it reminds me where I need to place each one. I moved on to the next color, which I believe is Royal, and I stamped that twice as well, going through all 4 of these. And then my final blue shade is a color called Night, and I believe it's the darkest blue in the Simon Says Stamp line of inks. So I only had space to stamp this one color one time because I wanted to stamp that secondary greeting. So I cleaned off that stamp, put it away back on the stamp sheet, and now I'm using the May Love and Light Fill Your Home stamp at the very bottom. I'm using that same midnight color. So I guess technically you are getting it, that color used twice on the card. It's just not the Happy Hanukkah. I moved it on to the next greeting. So like I said, I was stamping these on just one single sheet of cardstock. So I did adhere these to my card fronts. I made lots of mistakes because I was talking during that Zoom call. So I'm glad I was just doing the single sheets of cardstock instead of wasting entire card fronts because I did have some mistakes. So I adhered these to all of the card fronts, and then I have 4 completed cards. Like I said, this only took me about 25-30 minutes to complete all 4 cards, and you could repeat the same design with a bunch of those different sentiments in that stamp set, or even find a similar stamp set in your stash for a design like this. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back on Monday with day 8 of the holiday card series. It is on a Monday, so I'm going to be live. So come back and join me here at YouTube at 6 p.m. Mountain Time to watch me create the day 8 card live. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you guys next time.